Can 5,000-year-old skeletons reveal what Hadappans look like? India has just begun one of its biggest ancient DNA investigations. Hello everyone, my name is Rajni Jha. Welcome to Drishti IAS. Before we start with today's session, let's have a look at the previous session question. Consider the following. A. Hangar class submarines are nuclear powered submarines. B. They are being developed with Chinese assistance. C. Air independent propulsion allows longer underwater endurance. You have to tell which of these is correct. Now, many of you have already given the answer and they were right. I'm just going to confirm it. So, option number A says Hangar class submarines are nuclear powered submarines. Now, this is of course wrong. Why? Because they are not nuclear powered, rather, they are diesel electric. So they are diesel electric attack submarines. So this statement is wrong. The second, they are being developed with Chinese assistance is absolutely right. And air independent propulsion, as I told you in the last session, allows longer underwater endurance, which is also right. So the correct answer would be 2 and 3. Now let's start with today's session. So what is the news actually? It says the Archaeological Survey of India has officially transferred human skeleton remains excavated from Rakhigarhi to the Anthropological Survey of India for advanced scientific research. And this announcement was made by Ministry of Culture. Now, before we move ahead, it's important to understand the difference between ASI and Anthropological Survey of India. You just need to know basic idea. So ASI or Archaeological Survey of India basically deals with excavations and preservation of monuments and finding out materials like skeletons or pottery or seals, etc. So this mainly finds and preserves the evidence. Whereas if we talk about Anthropological Survey of India studies this evidence and then tries to understand the human logic or the human story behind whatever they have found in order to figure out the biological, cultural, and social evolution. Now, this particular news talks about Rakhigarhi. Rakhigarhi is the largest known settlement of Indus Valley civilization. I'm sure you have already studied Indus Valley civilization or Harappan civilization. Let's have a quick recap of it. So, Indus Valley civilization is one of the oldest civilizations that the world has seen, and it is located around Indus Valley. So, the Indus River system. Indus Valley civilization is particularly known for its urban planning, which you will also find in Rakhigarhi. The advanced urban planning, advanced drainage system. In the urban planning, you would find grid system. So the streets cross each other at 90 degrees, and here the settlements are formed or constructed. So this is the grid pattern. This is found in Indus Valley civilization. Along with the grid patterns, there is advanced drainage system. Drainage system is also there. They used baked bricks because it ensures endurance. And apart from that, you'll also find craft production. So all these things are the main characteristics or features of Indus Valley civilization. They also had trade relations with Mesopotamia. Their script is still undeciphered. And Indus Valley civilization had many sites. It has many sites. Some of the famous ones are Rakhigarhi, Harappa, Mohenjo-daro, and Lothal, etc. Indus Valley civilization gradually declined because of environmental stress, climate factors, there were possible natural disasters, and urban decay. Now that we have a little bit idea about Indus Valley civilization, let's talk about its largest known settlement, which is Rakhigarhi. It is located in Haryana, spread over 550 hectares. Of course, you don't really need to know exact number. And it shows the evidence of urban planning, drainage system, trade networks, craft production, and burial grounds. So all these things were anyway the biggest features, one of the main features of Indus Valley civilization. So they are all found here as well. Now about the news. So what exactly was found? During excavations in 2025-26 field season, 8 burial sites discovered at mound number 7. What is mound exactly? See, mound are small hill-like structure or elevated land structures, land surfaces, which are the result of prolonged human settlement. When human beings, a civilization lives in a place for a very long time, debris is collected. This debris is collected over time and becomes small mounds. Now, these mounds can be because of the infrastructure. The houses were built again and again. That caused the debris to collect. or it could be because of the dead bodies that were buried. So they are called mound. On mound number 7, 8 burial sites were discovered, 3 complete human skeletons recovered, and additional skeletal fragments were also found. Okay. Now okay, before we move ahead, an important announcement: our IASGS Foundation course will be available live. Online classes are available on the Karol Bagh Center and the Noida Center in English and Hindi medium. There are 4,000 structured classes. There are subject-wise printed notes, 5 mains capsules, prelims practice, and also answer evaluation. So all these things are the comprehensive preparation strategies that we have provided for you. If you want, you can call on this number to get more details and join a batch with us. All right. So the point is, we found all those things. Okay, now what kind of research will be done in the Anthropological Survey of India that they have been sent to ANSI? What kind of research will be done? First is DNA analysis, especially ancient DNA or ADN. So ancient DNA is found in things that are thousands of years old. So ancient DNA is thousands of years old and usually preserved in ancient times. For example, in the fossils or in human skeleton, in teeth and bone, these things. So ancient DNA will be studied and it will be studied to trace ancestry and genetic lineage, to understand the lineage. Second is spatial reconstruction, to figure out what exactly they may have looked like, the Harappan people would have looked like. Bone pathology studies. In bone pathology studies, we do it to understand what kind of diseases a person would have had and identify diseases, nutrition, and their health conditions as well. Next is mobility structure. Mobility means movement. When somebody moves from one place to another or in the hierarchy, that is movement. So mobility studies will be done to understand migration patterns and environmental and anthropological analysis to reconstruct their whole lifestyle. So as I told you at the beginning, this will be done to understand the biological, cultural, social evolution. Now the question is, why is it important? It is important because it will give us an idea of what those people look like, what the Harappan civilization people were actually like, not just look like, but how they were like. Second, it will also let us understand the genetic makeup they have had and the genetic relationship, their genetic relationship with the present day population. It will also help us understand their health, diet, and lifestyle. And at the same time, the fact that did large scale migration shape early civilization will also be understood in this. Okay, so this was about the news. Now we have a practice question. As usual, in our every class, we have a practice question. This question is for your homework. So let's just have a read. Recently, human skeletal remains excavated from Rakhigarhi were transferred for advanced scientific research. Studies suggest Such studies are primarily significant because they help reconstruct option A, ancient trade routes only, B, genetic history and socio-cultural evolution of early civilizations, C, geological formation of river valleys, or D, carbon emission patterns in the ancient settlements. I hope after this lecture you will be able to answer this easily. I would be expecting your answers in the comment section. And as the last part of our session, as I always do in the last session, I did in the last session as well, and I always do in every session, will be our mains style answer writing practice. So this is prelim style. Now let's talk about the main style. So let's say this question is given to you: how can scientific examination of archaeological remains deepen our understanding of India's ancient past? Discuss with reference to recent findings from Rakhigarhi. Now, if you are a serious aspirant, of course, you should be practicing mains answer writing from day one, which is why this initiative has been brought to you. All right, so if you have to understand this question, because you have to understand question in order to answer it properly. If I have to understand this question, I will see it from two dimensions. First, the directive word discuss is given, which means I simply have to explain whatever has been asked in the first part. So I just have to explain how science or scientific examination helps understanding past better. And the second part is, when you read the first line, you'll realize that there are two dimensions in this question. What two dimensions? In the first part, they're simply asking you how generally scientific examination can help in understanding India's ancient past. So this is a general dimension. And in the next part, they have asked you with specific case study, which is about Rakhigarhi. So if I have to attempt this question, of course, as I've told you earlier as well, whenever you write an answer, there are always three parts to that answer. First is introduction, second body, and the third would be conclusion. I'm sure you all know this by now. So in introduction, I will introduce the idea of scientific examination, right? So I can start by saying something like, traditionally, archaeology depended entirely on excavation. Now with scientific examination or scientific tools, we can understand our history better, or it leads to deeper understanding. So I introduce the idea of scientific examination and scientific tools. In the body, there will be two dimensions, as I told you. One will be general dimension, where I will explain how scientific examination can simply help understand better. Here, you can write things like biotechnology or DNA analysis, facial reconstruction, and other points that we have studied. You can write general points here how scientific examination can help understand past better, right? Carbon dating you can add. So this will be a general dimension. The second one, we have case study or case specific. So in case study or case specific, I have to write about Rakhi Gadi because my question asks about Rakhi Gadi. So since we don't have a lot of information as of now, if you're writing it today, you'll simply write that so and so skeletons have been found at Rakhi Gadi and they have been sent to Anthropological Survey of India to figure out the details or the human connection or the socio-cultural evolution, right? So that you will write here that this helps in socio-cultural evolution because we have scientific tools for that. And finally, in conclusion, you can connect science and history. That science helps understand history better and reconstruct our past in a much better way or more accurately. That's how you attempt this question. So I hope you enjoyed the lecture. Until next time, thank you very much for watching. Have a great day ahead.
For more informative content, like, share and subscribe, and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications.